This episode is brought to you by Southland Credit Union. Southland Credit Union has options for you. As a student of Long Beach State, you have access to student loans, student loan refinance, free online financial education courses, free checking, and low rates on auto loans. Southland Credit Union is the official credit union of Long Beach State Athletics. Visit beachcu.com for more. Welcome back to Beach Weekly, a podcast created and produced by Long Beach State's student-run newspaper, the Daily 49er. I'm your host, Daily 49er news editor, Julia Terbeche. Check out our content at daily49er.com, where you can read campus and Long Beach-related news, sports, arts and life, and opinions, as well as multimedia content, including more podcasts, videos, and photo galleries. This is the lowdown for all things CSULB. Without any further ado, let's dive into this week's issue about graduate school. Here is Special Projects Editor Peter Villafanier with his letter from the editor.
As the end of the semester nears and spring semester is right around the corner, those in the 2021 graduating class may be considering going to graduate school. Hopefully, this issue can inspire those who are hesitating. Maybe you wanted more from your college experience. You may have loved what you learned and felt like graduating cut you off early. Going to graduate school can give you the opportunity to focus on the subject you are most passionate about, expand what you already know, and take your education to the next level. If you found your true calling outside of your undergraduate major, going to graduate school could prevent you from pursuing a career you're not passionate about. It's an opportunity to broaden your horizons and follow a new path. It's a chance to make connections with other people who are going to be in the same field as you and develop new friendships. Graduate school is not reserved for an elite few. It can be the key to success for anyone. According to Harvard Business Review, people see an average increase of 25% in their salaries after getting a master's degree. For more inspiration from current graduate students, check out our series featuring the recipients of Sally Casanova Pre-Doctoral Scholars Program. Don't limit yourself. If you imagine the future of your education going beyond your undergraduate years, don't hold yourself back. If you don't think you're capable of graduate school, we sure do. Good luck.
In order to be admitted into graduate school, students will be required to take one of the 5 most common standardized tests: the Graduate Record Examinations Test, the Graduate Management Admission Test, the Law School Admission Test, the Medical College Admission Test, or the Test of English as Foreign Language. According to Grad, the GRE is considered one of the most accurate ways to test students striving to pursue a graduate degree and is the most widely used for master's programs. To prepare for the GRE, there are several organizations and websites that offer test preparation. Educational Testing Service suggests that students review basic math skills and conventions, practice both with and without a calculator, and take advantage of services like Khan Academy. ETS also offers virtual and physical preparation materials available for purchase in a variety of accessible formats. The Princeton Review recommends that students study for the GRE by taking a full-length practice exam to find a baseline score and then determine their target score. Aside from reviewing test preparation materials, the Princeton Review suggests students mimic real test conditions by studying and practicing online for the computer-based exam. Students should also improve their vocabulary, as it is an important part of the GRE verbal sections, by reading newspaper articles, magazines, or academic journals. Admissions committees look for more than just GPA and test scores. They're looking for a well-rounded student with a clear passion to complement their department. Graduate Studies at Long Beach State offers several credential programs as well as master's and doctoral degree options for students who currently hold a bachelor's degree. According to Affordable Colleges Online, graduate school programs are often looking for students with academic compatibility with peers and professors within their department, originality, investment and commitment to the program, and passion for their field of study. Research done by USC's Julia Center for Higher Education found that, although good grades and the GRE scores help, the prestige of a student's recommenders or their undergraduate institution, quote, might end up being the ultimate clincher. Julie Posselt, researcher with the Julia Center, found that since the committee members tended to trust whom and what they already knew, they ended up making decisions based on those personal biases. Graduate school applications primarily focus on grades and test scores, but letters of recommendation are required and an important part of the application process. An effective letter can make all the difference when admissions committees are trying to decide for a potential candidate. To get an excellent letter of recommendation, students should reach out to someone close to them who can provide an accurate assessment of their academic ability as well as personal skills. The person to write a letter can be a professor, dean, advisor, or counselor. someone who can highlight qualities in one's academic pursuit and help that student stand out from dozens of other applicants. Considering the reliance on academic professionals to write an effective letter, it is best to establish relationships early on. Some simple ways to get noticed are to speak up and participate in classes, utilize office hours, or take multiple classes with the liked professor. If students haven't known their professors for very long, the best way to ask them for a letter is to set them up with substantial information about their personal life and academic history. Once deciding who could be the best advocate, it will be important to set up a time to discuss the request. It is important to note that when requesting a strong letter, there should be ample time between the request and the due date, so at least 2 months prior to the deadline. Overall, a letter of recommendation should be written to clearly state that a student is suited for that particular program and that they can see through the commitment. According to an article by Northeastern University, a strong statement of purpose can be the deciding factor in a graduate student's admission. Students should make a, quote, lasting impression, and use the statement as a way to emphasize the characteristics that differentiate them from other applicants. When writing a personal statement, students should work in steps to make the process less intimidating and focus on brainstorming ideas first and then developing a draft to later refine. Northeastern University recommends that a statement of purpose ranges between 500 and 1,000 words, not be longer than a page, and be written with an 11 or 12-point traditional font. Although all graduate school programs are different, the Princeton Review maintains that they're all asking for the same 4 pieces of information, including the student's subject of interest, their reason for pursuing a graduate degree, their experience in the field, and their plans for the future once obtaining a graduate degree. While it is important for students to showcase individuality in their applications, the Princeton Review suggests to be selective about the traits they mention in their personal statements. Schools do, however, quote, care about those activities that speak to your suitability for graduate work. It is also important to ask peers, mentors, and professors for feedback and to not reuse the same statement of purpose for all graduate schools. Students should write individual statements for all schools they're applying to in order to tailor their answers to fit each program. Well, that wraps things up for this week's episode of Beach Weekly. Thank you to Southland Credit Union for sponsoring this episode. Once again, Southland Credit Union has options for you. As a student of Long Beach State, you have access to student loans, student loan refinance, free online financial education courses, free checking, and low rates on auto loans. Southland Credit Union is the official credit union of Long Beach State Athletics. Visit beachcu.com for more. Be sure to check out our latest issue about graduate school at daily49er.com. I've been your host, Julia. See you next time, and thanks for listening.